Last week, Saudi Arabia announced an expansionary budget for 2019 but projected a shortfall for a sixth year in a row due to low oil prices. That's what we're discussing on today's edition of Inside AB. I am Shruti Nair and this is Burn de Boosman. So Burn, tell us a little bit about the Saudi budget and what exactly did King Salman have to say about it?
Well, the budget that was published last week projected a deficit of about $35 billion, which is still about 32% less than the estimated deficit for the current year. Spending is estimated to be about $295 billion, the largest in Saudi Arabia's history, while revenues, which are of course mostly from oil, are estimated at about $260 billion. Of course, since 2014, because of low oil prices, Saudi Arabia has had a budget, so this will make it the sixth year in a row. And on Saudi TV, King Salman said that Saudi Arabia is determined to pursue economic reforms, control fiscal management, bolster transparency, and strengthen the private sector.
So right, we know what's happening on a macroeconomic level, but when you're talking about the people, what about the payments to the Saudi citizens? What's going to happen there?
Well, of course, for a lot of Saudi citizens, this was an important question, but they have extended handout payments for another year. The package in total is about $10.7 billion. According to Saudi TV, civilian and military employees will get about 1,000 riyals a month, and student allowances will go up 10%. But this won't necessarily continue in the future. They're currently studying the Saudi Arabian social safety net, and the report that stems from that study will be ready about mid-2019. So in the future, it's very possible that that's not the case.
Oh, right. Very interesting. So now the oil prices have, of course, been stabilizing. But what is the forecast for next year?
Well, it's interesting. The Saudi budget kind of assumes that that oil will average about $80 a barrel in 2019, which means, and I mean, it takes that into account. So Saudi officials are either anticipating higher crude prices, more oil revenue to government coffers, more exports, or a combination of all those three factors when they think about oil in the budget.
Right. We've seen a lot of subsidies being cut, etc. when the whole cost cutting was happening. But what about the other cuts? Any more significant cuts expected next year?
Well, one thing I thought was interesting was that Saudi Arabia, for a second year in a row, they cut defense spending, which is important for its relationship with America. Because President Trump has said very specifically that Saudi spending on American defense products is one reason that the relationship needs to be very close. But they have cut the defense budget by 12% to about $51 billion. Spending in education will also go down 6% to 193 million riyals. And overall outlays are projected to go up 7% as the kingdom boosts capital investment.
Right, thanks Bernie for that. And interesting changes in Saudi's budget to be expected next year. Thank you for watching Inside AB. We will be back again tomorrow. So don't forget to like, follow, share and subscribe.